What's it like being back with sort of John and back on stage here?
It's been great. It's been since August, and the vibe is awesome.
Yep.
It was pretty seamless. He'd been out of the band for 4 years, and we had one rehearsal before playing in front of 80,000 people at Nebworth, and it was just like no time had passed, and it just gets better and better.
Yeah, because I know when he first joined, you said the Sound of White Noise, there was a really kind of electric feeling in the air. You guys still kind of had that?
It was very exciting for John to come back in the band, and like even the first show we played, I didn't even look out at the audience because I was just so happy that we were back together again.
You guys did a 20-year Among the Living reunion. Do you ever regret reuniting that lineup?
For me, the timing was not the right time.
Yeah?
That's it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We didn't have a chance to become friendly with each other first. And then we had to like kind of, I don't know, fix the relationship out on the tour. And the beginning was fine. And then the weirdness started to happen again.
What's the whole story?
Can
you tell us the whole story?
When we made the decision to do that reunion tour, the initial idea was to have John and Joey come out and do it. That was the idea.
Yeah.
And we'd have do half the set with Joey, and then half the set with John, and then do something at the end with everybody. And woohoo! That was our idea. And when we pitched it to John, basically, he gave it some thought, as he does, and he called us up and he said, "My heart's really not into doing this. I understand why the band has to go forward and do this right now, but it's just something that I'm not into doing." And we really had no choice at the time because of some business crap we were involved in with labels in the States, and we had to get out of those deals. So we made a decision based on business, which is something we had really never done before in the band. But we had come off this really just kind of long down
90s
slope, and it was the only thing we could do at the time to really remain a band. And our hope the whole time we were out on that thing was, well, we're going to do this reunion thing, and it is what it is, and then John will come back and we'll
make a record.
As usual, we'll continue. But
didn't happen that way.
John's life had completely changed in those 4 years.
He's got little ones and that kind of thing. And
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, that's the essence of it. But things are meant to happen, I guess, as they say, for a reason. So here we are. We played Nebworth last summer, and it was like the best show in my history of Anthrax.
That's incredible.
For me.
Yeah.
It's the way this band's meant to be. This is the lineup. This is the lineup that made me come for you all. I think it's the best this band has ever been. You guys,
you've been a pretty solid core of Anthrax for a long, long time. What's been your most memorable departure?
You're fired.
Yeah. Strangely enough.
Done that a few times?
Strangely enough. For me, it would have to be our first singer, Neil Turbin, because that one was like, we wanted to fire that guy so bad at the time. And I still remember, and it was actually, I was coming over to, when we had finished the tour in the summer of '84, and we all knew that we were going to make a change, and I remember I would drive over to Charlie's house, and we would call Neil to try and tell him he was fired. And every day he wasn't home.
Or he wouldn't answer the phone. He knew it was coming.
There was no cell phone.
I don't know. What are you saying? Yeah.
So 3-4 days in a row, I would drive over there and we would make the call. And then finally got him on the phone. And it was basically something to the effect of we've got good news and bad news. Because he wanted to fire Johnny Z as our manager at the time.
What?
He hated Johnny. And I was like, you'll never have to play for Johnny again. And he said, "Oh, we firing Johnny?" I said, "Nope." So that's the only one for me that I could actually say that it was I had no, I wasn't bummed out. It had to happen if Anthrax was ever going to continue as a band. Anyone else that's been out of this band, it was not fun or cool or it was a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
Always just a horrible, horrible situation, and it still bums me out when I think about some of the people, So, but that one would be the most memorable because it was the only one that was kind of
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys gotta go.
Yeah. So you guys made a record, right?
Finish our record.
You finished the record, and then you got John. What's gonna happen?
You guys have the internet down here?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, then we can't talk.
We can't talk about that.
Come on, Scott.
Really, the bottom line is Dan did leave the band.
Yeah.
We didn't fire Dan.
He left.
Dan left the band for his own reasons.
Yep.
And it was a huge bummer for us. It was the first time in the history of this band that we had to cancel a tour. We were supposed to be on Sonisphere, second leg of Sonisphere in Europe last summer. And luckily for us, Charlie and I got on the phone with John, and we were at least able to go and play the UK Network show.
And that's a big deal to cancel a show.
We felt unprofessional at that point.
Yeah. But the album, look, we did finish a record, and it's a great record. Sadly, that record will never see the light of day. We're taking this thing day by day, show by show, even right now. John was out of the band for over 4 years. He's been back in the band for 8 months. And we've had many discussions about moving forward and what we're going to do. And really the only way it works is if it works how it always worked with John. On the 4 records we made together as Anthrax with John Bush, we'd go in and John's got to have his input on these records. When I say I want John's voice on this record, I don't just mean physically his singing voice, but his input.
Creativity,
just like Sound of White Noise and Stomp, Volume 8, Come For Your Wall, John was an integral part of all that writing, and it would have to be that on this record.
And I think it's really cool that, you know, he was in Armored Saint in the 80s and he never got to Europe, so it's kind of cool to come with you guys and be a part of the Anthrax family together and do that. I think it's really cool. Basically, if all goes well and like the Sonisphere shows go well, we could see John returning to the band and you guys heading back to the studio.
Exactly.
Best case scenario, like...
Sure.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it's going to go.
Killer. Because that's what I want to... Yeah.
If he's feeling good about it, and then it will move forward.
Well, that's really exciting. I mean, it's been a long time since you guys had a new record out. I think, you know, and you've still got fans that are devoted to you, and it'd be cool to kind of have some new material to bust out
they
there.
need to download this record for free. God.
I know.
What was it like when you guys first started out? I mean, it's true, so you gave a tape to Johnny Z?
If I'm anything, I'm fucking tenacious. And
I know what you mean.
yeah, we... Danny Lilker and I, the original bass player, we used to drive down to Johnny's store. He had a store in a flea market in South Jersey, Rock and Roll Heaven. He would say he had all the best like imported stuff from Europe, all the heavy metal vinyl. And
he had the goods.
Yeah, so we would drive down there on the weekends and we would just harass him, man. We would just give him demo tapes. Every couple of weeks we would have a new demo tape to give him. And he always said, no, you guys aren't ready. You guys aren't ready, you know, and I'm not ready. Like, I don't have a label yet or anything. Like, we just figured he's the only guy we know that knew anything about the music business. So, but eventually, it was a demo we did when Charlie first joined the band, and Ross the Boss from Manowar produced it, and that was the demo that got us signed to Megaforce.
What songs were on there?
Soldiers of Metal.
Yeah.
Howling Furies. Yeah, a bunch of stuff that was on Fistful of Metal.
Panic, I think, was on there.
Panic, yeah.
How have you guys seen you know, you guys have been metal musicians for 25 years or whatever. How have you guys seen the world evolve?
Our favorite bands at the time were like, you know, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, all that stuff. That's who we looked up to.
Yeah.
And then that's the music we wanted to create.
Yeah.
And it became thrash metal.
Pretty cool,
Don't
really,
ask
isn't it?
how it became that, but the funny thing is how Metallica was doing it, Slayer were doing it, and we were doing it.
It sort of came out of something maybe bigger than you guys that you kind of channeled or whatever.
It was a movement.
Yeah. Do you think it's a heavy metal renaissance we're going through now? Like,
I think there is, but it never stopped.
I mean, obviously it never died.
In Europe,
yeah.
In Europe, it's never stopped. It's always been
Big.
current. In the States, it's been kind of up and down.
Well, the whole 90s thing was a bit of a hard time for metal, really, wasn't
It really sucked.
It sucked. Metal was a really, like, a bad...
Dirty word,
you know?
Thank God for Pantera.
Yeah.
Seriously, Pantera and Metallica pretty much single-handedly, like...
Kept it alive?
Kept it alive on a certain level through those years.
More Pantera than...
More Pantera.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next?
Sonisphere show.
Tell us some more. Yeah.
The Greece one, we're playing Athens on this with the Big Four. It's going to be insane. Like, it's really going to be insane.
So have you guys shared many stories, like tours and stuff, and times with, you know, Slayer and...
The Clash of the Titans tour, we were the band that got along with every other band.
You were like...
And we used to hang out a lot, actually, back then.
Are you going to record the shows?
Yes.
We've got to record them.
Yes, we are.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Killer. So you're going to make a Big Four DVD?
I hear things.
I hear things.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I heard things.
Maybe that's a bad thing, though.
Yeah.
Then maybe
Why?
they'll say, well, we won't go to Australia, we won't go to America. Just watch the DVD.
Yeah.
It will be.
You people out there need to let it be heard that you want the Big Four to come to Australia.
It's true. Make some noise.
Because we want to come to Australia with the Big Four.
In fact,
so call Metallica, call their clubhouse.
Yeah, really.
Call the headquarters, because you could just get the number pretty easy probably on the internet. So you should all call them and tell them to bring the Big Four to Australia.
1-800-BIG-4.